Okay, welcome to Bill. Bill is our biology interactive learning log, and this is where we're going to put all of our information in one place for our class. So think of Bill as a physical composition notebook, but better because you can interact with it, embed videos, embed notes, do all kinds of things. So what I've done is set up a template to get you started, but you will create your own bill and make it your own. So today I have a person who's never done an interactive notebook digitally. Probably never done an interactive notebook, have you?
I've never done a notebook.
Okay. And so I'm going to walk Barry through
Hey, how's it going?
the interactive notebook. So the interactive notebook, each slide that you see here, Barry, this is like a page. Okay. And there's two modes that you can view your interactive notebook in. This working view, or you can go to over here to present mode. So why don't you go ahead and click present.
Okay, this is me clicking.
And as you see, it's just like a slideshow, but now each slide is a page. So you can click on it and it'll take you to the next page.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So if you escape from there, you're back.
Escape, run away.
You're back into this other view that gives you all the slides running down the page.
Just like it does in PowerPoint or anything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So a few things about how to use this thing. Let's look first at an introduction of what I've set up. Okay. So if you go to the first slide.
First slide.
That's your front cover.
Sure.
Okay, and that's where you're going to put the name of your class, and you're going to embed images that are about you.
Okay. Where, in this little white box?
Oh, all over it. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right, how do I do one?
All right. So text is up here in this little text box.
This text box right here?
Yeah.
Click that.
Yeah.
And let's just say I want to put one right dead in the middle.
Uh-huh. You can click there.
And you have to make it like kind of big?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
All right, now, right now, if you look, point your arrow up.
All right.
It's telling you the font. It's telling you the size of font.
Yeah. If you
bold.
Want to do all that good, cool stuff.
The color. If you keep going, this gets you to the center. You align your left or whatever.
So if you want to start in the middle,
mm-hmm.
If I want to do a different color, I'm crazy, so I'm going to do lime green.
Okay.
And then I want to do bold it.
Okay, go pick your font.
Well, hold on. There. Now I'll pick my font. I like it. See, nobody likes Ariel. I do. Not because she's
Ariel's boring.
Little Mermaid Ariel.
So you could put biology too.
Don't know much of that. It's not typing. Oh. Apple computers. Wait a minute. I want all caps.
Okay.
I have to do that myself. There we go. But it didn't work.
Well, you beat it. That's why. You're very violent.
The keys are screaming, leave me alone. Biology 2?
Yeah.
There
you go.
Okay.
All right. So let's say you want to do an image now.
Okay.
Okay. So click off that.
Clicking off.
And if you go up.
This little dude here?
Uh-huh.
It says image.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Look at there.
Click it.
Okay, now.
Upload from a computer. So this is if I have a picture on my computer.
There you go.
Or I can go to the web.
Yes. Or you can go to your Google Drive or your photos.
Well, where should I go?
I would go to the web.
Of course you would. Okay, we're on the web. Google Images.
Okay, so tell me something about you. Like what's your favorite team or something?
We don't want to stick with biology theme?
No, it doesn't have to. It's just about you.
Just about me. All right, well, since the Bulldogs just won or are in the national championship, let's do Georgia Bulldogs.
Okay.
So if I put, take off caps lock. Georgia Bulldogs. Right?
Uh-huh. Football.
Yeah, of course.
Or logo.
And let's just take this right here.
Okay.
Big G.
All right.
And I click it, and then it says insert.
Yep.
Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Bada bing.
Now you can size it
Click it.
Move it anywhere you want to.
How come it's not letting me?
Click on it.
Oh, okay. Usually it gives an arrow.
Well, you're in like present mode, so it's messing it all up.
No worries.
Okay.
So I just fit it right there.
Okay.
Cool.
So you can create anything you want, images, text. You can go make a little video and then embed it. And I'll show you how to do a video.
If I want to be a real Brian Noser, I got to find the Raise for Christ logo and put it on.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. So
that's the front cover.
the front cover, you're designing and talking about who you are.
Okay.
Famous quotes, whatever you like. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go
So
to
you
the
can do
next.
as much as you want.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're done with the cover. We're going to go first page.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is set up, if you take your arrow, over here by units.
Okay.
Okay, so before we get to the units, just like a composition notebook, we're going to have the table of contents where we'll slowly build our table. Anything we add to this notebook, we are going to put in a line item and put the number.
All right.
Okay, so the first line item is our class resources, and it's on page A.
Mm-hmm.
And the date we're doing it. Well, I already did that, so you don't have to worry about the date.
Cool.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. If you go back over here to units, each of our stuff we're doing in biology is based on a unit. And our syllabus tells us that, for example, unit 1 is chapters 1 through 3.
Okay.
So all 3 chapters are going to be behind this tab, unit 1.
Okay.
Okay? Before we go to unit 1, though, we've seen our table of contents, and this is just going to keep being built.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know you're going to run out of more space, right?
Well, sure. You need more tabs. I mean, more pages.
Okay. So if you go over to slide 2 and right-click on it.
This is slide 2, and I'm right-clicking,
Uh-huh.
and I want to cut.
No.
Oh.
You're going to duplicate the slide.
Got it.
And that builds
Boom,
another
right
page. Very good.
Okay, so why do I want to do that?
Well, so you can keep going with when you filled all these up and
All
you
right,
fill
so
them all.
for instance, this one is going to say item 1, class resources. This one will say what? Number 2?
You click on that, you can change it.
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
I can backspace it?
Mm-hmm. So if you notice on the first table of contents, if you click back on that, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 8 places there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to copy this before we get too crazy over to the right-hand side because it's 2 pages on 1 page.
Okay.
And so we'll have 18 slots.
All right.
Okay. Then when we go to the next slide, that'll start, click on it. That'll actually be item number 19.
If you want that many.
Yeah. You'll have that many.
You'll have that many.
Oh,
Of course
yeah.
we will.
Of course you will. All right, go back to slide 2.
Back to slide 2.
We've got a table. So click on the table.
Okay.
All right. See how the blue box lined up?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Go up and right click on it.
On the blue box?
See those 3 little dots right there?
Yeah.
Your arrow should change. Well, it does
It's
when
not
it's not in
changing.
present mode. But right click on it and you're going to copy.
Copy.
Mhm.
And I'm going to go over here,
Right click.
right click, and paste it.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to copy and paste.
And it should work. It's not working, but it does when it's not in present mode.
So how are we going to get out of present mode?
Well, we can't because we're recording. So you had to pretend it worked.
Wow. Love those blue boxes. Okay, so I get it.
Okay.
So we go right click over here, and you just paste it, and then that page will come over there.
The table will. And you'll just keep filling it out.
So, okay, so right here we would start
Number
filling this
2.
in.
Uh-huh.
So we put 2 here,
Uh-huh.
and then we go over here and put whatever unit 2, or whatever the next page is going to be.
Yeah. So say we're going to do our unit 1, chapter 1 notes.
All right, so if I'll put chapter 1 notes, and that'll be page.
1. Because that's page A.
Why is he in the letters and I got to do numbers?
Because resources aren't part of the.
Oh, is that some?
It's like in the middle.
Higher
it's at the
education
beginning
thing?
of the book.
get
You
it.
do A, B,
No,
C,
I
D.
get it. Yeah. Sometimes they're
Okay.
little bitty letters. And then we'll do the date we're doing it on.
Which would be tomorrow, January.
All right, so let's just pretend it's tomorrow.
Yes.
January the 4th? No, 3rd. I'm right about that.
Okay.
So 1-3. Okay. And then let's say item 3, just to play along. If I click over here.
Say it's our chapter 1 vocabulary.
Okay, great. Chapter 1. Can I just say vocab?
Whatever is your notebook.
And I'm going to put that. And that'll be page 2, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And then let's just say we do it on the same day.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
then you just keep going and going and going.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, before we go to chapter 1 notes,
Okay.
let's look at the next slide. The A, page A.
Which is this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is all the class resources that I could think of before we started this class that you'll need.
Got it.
So if you'll point your arrow over there, anything in blue is a link. So when we're not in present mode,
You can go to our syllabus.
you click on it and it'll open up your syllabus. Okay? So you have a syllabus, you have that neat little picto chart.
Ooh, pick a chart. We go to our contract, which has
Yeah.
my
And
life
it's-
away.
Yes, and it's very serious sounding. It's like scares
It
you to
is.
death. Like you don't
I'm
want to
scared of
take
this
this
teacher.
class.
Escape. No. Kidding.
But it lays out what we need to do to make ourselves successful and kind of
Okay.
know the rules of the game so we can play it.
I understand. I'm all in.
Okay.
And if we do a safety contract, same thing. We don't know how to pay attention
Yeah,
in class.
because we're using chemicals and sharp
Yeah.
knives, and so
Ooh.
we got to be really safe.
Nice.
Yeah,
Who's doing this class again?
you don't want to know.
What?
Okay. Next, number 4 is why in the world using a digital interactive notebook. It's pretty cool. You'll like that, but you're not going to look at it right now.
Because I'm in present mode.
Okay, and then rubrics
Rubrics
for how I'm going to grade
for old Billy Boy.
for Billy Boy.
Whoop.
Okay. Then any helps and hints for how to read your textbook and take notes
Okay.
and ways you can do that. Then we're going to create, this will be our first one, our playlist for Bill, like anything to help use Bill. Bill he's complex.
It's kind of like that commercial. You named him Brad.
Exactly. And of course, our link to our Praxis portal so we don't have to go back to another window.
So if you click that, it takes you right to Praxis?
It does. And then you just log in. It takes you to the student portal.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, go up to number 10. These are all those fancy terms. So when they say analyze or document, it tells you exactly what that means that you're supposed to do when they use those fancy words.
That's a fancy word?
I think.
Wow, I'm fancy. I say document all the time.
Then biology has math. I know. Boo.
But we have a cheat sheet.
We have a cheat sheet. Okay, and then look at number 13. You have,
Choice
12
chart.
is our Google Classroom where we can turn in our assignments and turn in our bill. Link it when we're ready.
So you have to have a code to do that?
Well, once you have that code, then you have your Google Classroom added to your Google Classroom page.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then we have the graph choice chart where if you're doing an experiment or a lab and you've got to put your data in a chart, it tells you, okay, well, if it's this kind of information, use a scatter plot. And so it's kind of cool. It's a cheat sheet.
I like cheats.
I like cheat sheets.
And then we got how are models in science? No. What are models?
How and what?
How and what?
Yeah.
So this gives you definitions on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then, of course, we always have to have a hypothesis in science. So there's it's a form on how to generate our own hypotheses.
Okay.
Got to say that fast 3 times.
Hypotheses.
There you go. And then, of course, we have to use the scientific investigation.
Investigation
So we have a pre-made form. So it's easier.
Okay. I like easy.
Okay. So those are all our class resources.
Perfect.
All right, let's go to the next slide.
Next slide. It's blank.
Okay. That's still before you look to Unit 1. Your paper's still before your Unit 1 tab.
Because we don't get in Unit 1 till we're flip that over.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. So now let's go down to slide 6 and flip it over.
Okay, he's over.
Okay. So this is where we go back and we're going to put our chapter 1 notes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I do a text box, right?
Well, you
No.
you can.
But what would you prefer?
Well, I don't care because it's their notebook. It's
Okay.
your notebook.
Well, let's give them some options. Or
Okay.
Tell me what some options
Well,
are.
what's really neat in here is I've already put in a bunch of images and templates. So
Huh.
if you scroll down, you'll see that black screen. It says templates.
It does.
It does.
Templates.
Okay. Scroll on down. You'll see everything you've already seen.
All these dudes.
Yeah.
And then we got some templates.
Okay. Go.
Oops. Where am I at?
I don't know. You went crazy. Scroll.
Where do you want me to go? Down?
Yeah. Just kind of pick one you want to look at.
Okay, let's look at this guy.
Oh, good old Cornell. So this would be great for our chapter 1 notes.
This would be?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's an image.
So I can right click and copy it.
Yes.
So
you
if I do that right now
Uh-huh.
and put copy
Uh-huh.
and go back up to our first little dude here.
Yeah.
No, this guy, right?
Yeah.
And then I right click
Mm-hmm.
and I paste him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's big.
Yeah. Now notice he's an image that's going to be in front of the background. That notebook thing
Yeah.
that has all the unit,
Yeah.
that's in a background so you can't ever click on it.
Okay.
So you can either just put that image right on top of it and then add text boxes in on top of it and just build your notes.
So can I put it in the middle so that way I can
Mhm.
tell where I'm at?
Mhm.
So you just leave it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily have to shrink it to the size of the page.
Doesn't matter. No.
So if I make it small though, just because I wanted to fit on the page, I could do that if I wanted to, but it's
Yeah.
really small.
Well, but here's something cool.
Okay. Let me just finish off my thought here. Okay, what's so cool about this?
Okay. What are you doing? You're going crazy. If you go up to that little magnifying glass and zoom,
Ah, well, that's big. Okay, fine.
so now it's as big as you want it to be. And now grab a text box because you're going to put some notes.
Okay, so put it right here.
Yeah.
But just anywhere, right?
Uh-huh.
Like that.
Yep. And then you could just type away.
Where's my, there we go. And also I go to 10. And I'm going to leave it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just put down biology is fun. Because that's what I learned in chapter 1.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I know that's in there. Cells. Okay, I'm just thinking of other things. Dirt. Okay, there we go.
Plants. Okay. Now you've got it, but you want to kind of look at all of it because let's say you did
Yeah,
all. Okay.
I'm ready to back out.
All right. So if you want to back out, go up to where the magnifying glass was, the little dude right to the left of it.
This says zoom to fit.
Uh-huh.
Bang.
Okay.
Coolio.
Yeah.
Now, let's say I want to go back and I want to increase the size of this guy back to like it was
Okay.
originally.
Well, here's the bummer.
Oh, it all
Now all
messes
your
up.
text is going to mess up.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Okay. Well, we'll
So
do it
can I-
in the next video,
Uh-huh.
but I'll show you how to embed that Cornell note in the background like this is. Click on that over there, the notebook. See how you can't manipulate it at all?
Mm-hmm.
It's in the background.
Right.
So I'm going to show you how you can do that. So you can add your own slide and do this image in the background.
Okay.
Okay? But for right now, let me show you how to add slides.
Okay.
Okay? First, let's delete this.
Oops.
Just hit delete.
Oh, what about him?
Yeah, you got to get him gone.
Goodbye.
Okay. Now, you know you're going to have more than 2 pages in a unit 1.
Unless you
you-
write really small. Okay.
Okay. But you want to keep your tabs correctly. So
Yeah.
you want to use this background. This is a background.
Okay.
Think of wallpaper.
Sure.
All right. Well, it's really easy to add multiple pages of this,
Okay.
right? If you go over to slide 6, which is where we are,
Yeah.
okay, click on it in that little, okay, now right click on it and see where you can duplicate the slide.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have
2 of them.
2 of them.
So if I fill all this out with one note, I can just keep going because we're still in unit 1.
Yeah. So I would always duplicate it before you start filling up the first one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just say I want to just put a header at the first one.
You just want to build in your own Cornell note and not use an image or a template that I've embedded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I click text box,
You can do text box, but first you might want to draw your lines after you do your title.
well, that's all I was going to do. I was going to title this as Chapter 1 Notes. Can I do that?
Uh-huh. Well, in our book, it breaks it down into these manageable pieces.
No, what's it say?
So let's say we're in chapter 1,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to look at 1.1.
Introduction to Biology.
Uh-huh.
So do you think I should put Chapter
1.1.
1.1?
You could even do that's kind of small, so maybe you're going to fill in 1.1 to 1.2.
Okay, that sounds good. Dash 1.2 notes.
Okay.
So now I have my title, but now I
Mhm.
want to put like my line down the middle.
Yeah, it's kind of set off to the left a little. Okay, go up to the top. You see the line right there?
It says line.
Yeah.
Click it.
Well, you can go over to the little arrow next to it, and you can do all different kinds of lines. But we
Ooh.
just want
Oh,
a
I want
regular.
an elbow connector.
No, you don't.
Okay, fine, line.
Okay. Draw a line and split your page.
Just right here.
Sure.
We go all the way down to the last line.
Well, you got a summary down there, so you got to go back up.
You
to
do that
there.
the summary?
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Yeah, no, that's good.
That's good.
Uh-huh. Now, let's make it thicker. That line.
Sure.
So do 3px.
Okay.
I guess that's pixel. I don't really know. And do you like the blue color, or do you want it a different color?
No, I like blue. Well, no, he's not blue enough.
Okay, okay, so yeah, that's the different color.
Mm.
Why don't you do red just to be like dramatic?
Wow, I'm feeling the drama.
Okay. Now you just build in your text boxes.
Text box. And on the left and the right?
Well, left hand's going to be your questions when you go back and review your notes.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So right. So let's just go right here.
Mm-hmm.
And if I look at my book and I'm looking at the introduction, give me something to say.
Okay.
Cells contain DNA. How about that?
Okay, that works.
Cells. Oh. I'm going to reduce the size of that a little bit. Let's go to 10. Cells contain DNA.
Okay.
And then if I want to know, I guess I could just leave in the same text box and just enter down, couldn't I?
You can. Oh, and I'll show you something else.
So if I do that.
Let's say that's the main idea and there's going to be subpoints. Let's say you're going to do an actual outline.
Okay.
Go up to cells contain DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Click on in front of cells.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you look up at the top right under present, it'll have a number or the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're going to do the formal outline with Roman numerals, you click on that little arrow and you have all those options.
Okay, I like this one.
Okay.
Well, hey, this one's got the numbers in it. But
Yeah.
that's all right. I was going to get too confused.
Okay.
Was
But,
okay?
well, look at the bullets, because sometimes you're not real sure yet. You can do check boxes or stars or arrows.
Okay.
So
Let's do something like this.
Okay. All right. So now go behind DNA and you've got a subpoint. All right. Well, now that still looks like a main point. So hit
So if I hit
tab.
tab, it'll go to the subpoint.
Yeah. And then you can type away.
Okay.
So, basic function of life.
Okay. Now he's really big. Uh-oh, I messed up.
It's okay. You can drag it back. The nice thing about, you can hit undo.
That's what I was looking for.
Which is up there, the little, down. Hit it again. There you go.
All right. Now, if I want to reduce the size of that,
Mm-hmm.
how do I do that?
You have to highlight it specifically.
I don't know how to do that. Yeah, I do. Look at that.
And then go up.
Let's take it to like 7.
Mm-hmm.
Might be a little small, but at least I can get it on there. How do you get
Well,
rid of
remember,
that?
you can blow it up.
That's true.
Do you see the text box not matching?
Yeah,
it's too short, you can grab that little button and drag it down and it'll widen it.
that's what I was wanting to do. Okay, so there's my main topic,
Mhm.
and then the subtopics.
Now, let's say you're going back and you're reviewing your notes like a good boy.
Okay.
On the next step, this is where you highlight important words or all that fancy stuff.
Okay.
Maybe you color code, whatever you want to do. Okay, so click on the text box.
This one?
Let's say you want to highlight the word
DNA.
DNA.
Do I click on it?
Just highlight it.
Okay.
Now go up to the text, up here where the color is.
I'm just going to change the color.
Well, let's say you want to highlight it.
So I go where it says highlight.
Now you're going to color code. That's a vocabulary word. So all your vocabulary words are highlighted in pink.
Of course they are. Okay, pink. Is that pink or purple?
Well, I don't know. Kind of messed up, didn't it?
It looks kind of purple.
Maybe it's because it's highlighted. If you take the highlight off, I think you'll be okay.
That's good enough.
All right, now let's go and say cells. We are going to color code for whatever our color code is. Let's say our color code is an important keywords are in red. So don't do highlight. Go to text and then pick red.
Okay.
Now you want that bold and you want it underlined.
Because we know it means something. Whoops, that's italics.
Yeah, you don't want that. Makes it hard to read.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Ta-da.
So this is like, you want me to highlight, put like a main point in red and underline if it's a vocabulary word?
Whatever color code, because color helps you remember things.
But this will be well, let's just say it's a vocabulary word. That's what we would want to do.
We've got DNA as our vocabulary word highlighted in pink. So all vocabulary words
are in pink.
Just for our example.
And all main points are in red?
Yeah, main keywords.
I got it.
Okay? However you want to do it.
Okay, yeah, because cells looks like it's going to be a keyword.
You want a picture of DNA, then you would go over back up to image.
Okay.
And you would search, or if you drew a picture and you took a picture of it on your phone and uploaded it to your Google Drive, then you could go up to images and you could go to your drive and it'll pull up pictures.
That I took?
Like, oh, that cartoon's cute. Go back up.
This guy?
You could grab him and insert him. He really doesn't have anything to do with DNA, but that's how you add your own images.
So a picture of a cell or whatever.
So anything you hand sketched or you looked on the web.
And it's on my computer, I can get access to it.
And then you can embed it.
And put it right here.
You can, wherever you want.
And I don't necessarily have to be, I can do it any way I want to.
Yeah. So
let's just say I want to leave it like that.
Okay. So that's pretty much how you do it.
That's cool.
I mean, for the basics.
Okay.
Let's just for fun before we go, let's look at some of our templates.
Sure.
And then the next video, I'll show you how to make it into a background image. Okay. So we've looked at Cornell.
What's this one?
That's a Cornell.
Oh. All right, let's do
those
one
are
of these.
kind of cool.
All right.
Click on one of those. That's if you're exploring more, you can embed that. Go up to the orange box. If you're got an image, you can put it in that box and embed it in your notes.
So instead of doing what I did with just a free image, I could have put this little box and put the image inside of it.
Yeah, just like a frame.
Okay.
Okay, scroll down, get out of the frames.
And you have these cool things.
Okay, go up just a little bit. You went a little far.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Let's say you need some graph paper.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Okay, go to the next one. This is for every chapter. When you preview the chapter, you want to do the KWL chart.
Okay.
Because it helps you trigger your brain on what you already know and what you think you want to predict you want to know. And then you can go back later as another review on what did you learn and get the key concept bullet points.
Okay.
It's called a KWL chart.
All right.
Okay, next one. This is where you're really trying to get a concept and you're working with a partner. and you guys are having a discussion about it,
Okay.
which is really helpful. Then you can put your name and your partner's name. You can put the question you're trying to do,
All right.
and then what you discussed as a pair. So it's like a little log.
Okay.
And then what your conclusion was, especially if you're doing case studies. Okay, go to the
Okay.
next one. We'll just fly through these.
Where am I? Oh, yeah, right here. Same thing?
Just a little different organization.
Oh, okay. So I got some options.
The dreaded Venn diagram.
Okay.
So if you have, like, say, photosynthesis and cellular respiration, things that are different about them.
Over here.
Yeah.
Similar there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then let's say you got more than 2. You got 3.
All right.
There you go. All right, this one, you just flew back.
Well, yeah, I do.
Okay, that one, we're going to, in each chapter, they introduce a scientist that's important, an important scientist. So we're going to build a timeline.
Oh, okay.
For our scientists.
It's just like a timeline.
Yeah, and what's really cool is you can go in and grab those images offline of the scientists.
So you
and
can put a
embed-
picture of Einstein, for instance,
Yeah, and then you can put some
or
like
some biologist.
key contributions
Okay.
to biology or whatever.
Cool. All
Okay.
right. And
Okay.
then if I go, so this will be in one of those pages up here.
Yeah, you'll get an assignment that says go to your timeline.
Okay.
And in the third video, I think I'll show you how to hyperlink so that when you go to your table of contents, you can actually click right on that particular page number and it takes you there.
Wow, that's slick.
Yeah, so you don't have to scroll down all the time.
Okay.
Okay?
What about this guy?
Okay, that's if you have a single concept, you put it in the middle. It's a mental map, and then you can put the main ideas around it.
All right.
Similar kind of concept, most important to least important facts about
okay.
a particular process or concept.
Okay.
Okay? When you have a hypothesis or you have an opinion about, let's say we get into evolution and creation, you can start journaling your opinion, your reasons, and then you can restate your opinion after the discussion and talk about what's changed, if anything, and why.
Okay.
Okay? Science is huge on cycles. And so this is a great graphic organizer to build those cycles in, like the Krebs cycle and all that stuff.
And then this guy.
Another concept map that you saw above, only it has more.
I'm surprised you put this one in there.
I know, because it's a spider.
Mm-hmm.
It does look like a spider.
Sort of.
And I'm going to show in another video how to use MindMap to create your own visual.
MindMap.
Yeah, it's really cool and easy.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Nonfiction follow-up.
This is things you've learned while you were reading your text or maybe an article. And then it's just another way to review. So you do the 2 most interesting facts. And then this is a key. What questions do you still have? What are you still confused on? Or did it prompt you to another thought?
Okay.
Yeah. Fishbone diagrams have become really popular. They're kind of like the spider, only organized like a fishbone.
I can see that.
Yeah. Just another way to organize a topic.
Okay.
You describe it. It's kind of like speaking it out loud, but on paper. You describe it. You interpret what the data means, what generalizations you're drawing from it, and how would you apply it.
Okay.
This is when we get into human anatomy. It's a chart that helps organize each of the main systems.
All right.
And notes on it. Scientific method. Da, 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 da. So our lab journals, when we're not doing a very fancy formal lab report, we're just going to do a basic lab journal. We can use this one.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to, in the front of, at the beginning, you want to embed more about you, here's a graphic organizer.
You mean on the top, on the front of that cover?
Yeah, back up where your composition notebook started.
So you could put this in there and then put whatever you want.
Remember, you can add slides and build it.
Gotcha.
If you're dealing with a problem, we're going to look at case studies. So we might do the problem with resistant strain bacteria to antibiotics.
Okay.
And we're going to do a particular case study. And then they can build you can build possible solutions with your team, and then consequences of those solutions.
Gotcha.
And then you choose based on that your best solution.
Okay. Blank bar graph.
This is for data in your experiments and so forth. You can build a bar graph through this.
Okay.
Kind of already pre-done for you. Just add the color.
Gotcha.
Okay. Horizontal bar graph. If you're studying a particular scientist that you really want to get in depth on, or I ask you to, then you have a biography page.
Perfect.
Vocabulary is key in biology, so here's an organizer for particular vocabulary words.
So when up in our chapter 1, where we said vocab, we'd put this sheet in there.
Yeah, let's say you have 20 vocabulary words.
Yeah.
You could do 2 per page, so you would add 10 slides.
So the word that we highlighted in purple, we'd stick up here DNA, since that's the first one we
Where
did.
it says insert word.
I'm sorry. Yeah, right here.
Uh-huh.
And then in definition, of course, you'd put the definition, use it in a sentence, and all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? And then for DNA.
That's a good, yeah.
Sorry.
Go to the next one.
That's bonus points right there, baby. Okay.
Where the word comes from, and of course most science words come from Latin, so that one will be kind of fun.
Well, this would be cool. All our Latin, everybody's been taking Latin.
Okay, go to the next one. There's 2 graphic organizers on one slide there.
This one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, these can be used for linking webs or 3 concepts or 3 vocabulary words. Basically, you can use it any way you want to.
So yeah, you could have like 3 words that kind of all go together.
Mm-hmm.
You can put them here and then put whatever you want.
Yes.
Okay. Or over here.
These are kind of connect.
Yeah.
Okay, go on down. These are idea maps and cycles.
Okay.
Just a different way of organizing it.
All right.
Okay, next one. Okay, the one on the left's really neat because you can put like a concept or an idea and then that little circle.
This little guy here?
Uh-huh. You can actually embed a little image icon.
It'd be a tiny little image.
Well, you can blow it
Don't
up.
put an atom in there.
No.
Oh, sorry.
The one on the right's really good for like taxonomy, where you're looking at like how we classify phylum, kingdom, species. You could do stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, when you put this page in, are these little guys, it'll be just like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember, I'll show you how to make it a background image so you don't just click on it.
Okay, this looks like art.
What's neat about the one on the left is you can make it like an interactive notebook page, and you can slide a text box and hide it in the background. And then so your question could be in the stop sign shape.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hide it behind the paper. And so you ask yourself a question, see if you can get an answer, and then you drag the paper out. I'll show you in another series how to make that. It's kind of fancy. This is really good for vocabulary because the one on the left, because you can, again, take text boxes and slide them in the background where you just have the little tip showing.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can practice your vocabulary words and then check.
I see.
So it's kind of neat.
Okay.
And then these are relational things on the right. This leads to this and so forth. So they're just great graphic organizers. Main concept, spider webby thing again. But again, you can make it like an interactive notebook where you hide the answer. Put the question on the red, yellow, green, or in brown.
Mm-hmm.
And you can quiz yourself.
Okay.
Okay? Scroll down.
I can't.
Was that everything?
I'm down. Yeah.
We did it.
All right.
So that's the basics. We got a lot to learn to really make this thing cool, but that gets you started for your chapter notes and stuff.
Yeah, what's really cool is being able to do this page And then that one page you showed, you can go ahead and put your family and information in it.
Yeah.
And then just go on down.
But the key is you got to make sure that you duplicate those I've already set up so that you have enough pages under each tab.
Right.
Remember, this is just like a physical composition notebook, except you don't have to keep up with it. And it's mobile. So if you're driving with your family somewhere,
You got it.
you can study your notes on the go.
Yeah, so duplicating a page is just like adding a page to your 3-ring binder here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Well, thanks for helping me.
Well, thanks for showing me.
All right. You got to press pause because we're all done. Say bye.
Where all that. Say bye. I mean, bye.